Now we can start drawing some lines in our pattern. I start with leg lines from hem to knee. With internal polygon tool or G, I left click on the start point and double click on the end point to create this line. Now I want to finish my inseam. I start on this point and end on the front crotch point. For the front inseam, we need a little bit of a curvature. So with edit curvature tool or V, I find the middle approximately and hold shift and drag with my left click for a quarter, a slight curve. Uh, I'm measuring my inseam length now to compare with my target inseam, which was 30. I get a 30.1, which is pretty close, and I'm happy with it. Now that I wanna do my back inseam and finish it, you should know that back inseam length is always slightly smaller than front inseam because back inseam curves more and stretches to fit the front inseam length. In this method, back inseam should be 3/16 of an inch smaller than front inseam. And it happens only above the knee. So below knee, inseam length should be same, which is in this pant. Um, and for above the knee, I can calculate the 3/16 0.18 and minus it from my my front inseam, which was 13.17. So I should aim for 12.9. I start from here. Hold control and put a curve point here in the middle almost. And I then aim for 12.9 and double click. If you want to check your curvature line, you can check in the middle. It should be like 3/8 of an inch curved in. So if you see it's a bit more, you can always slightly bring it out. So now I'm happy with my back inseam curve. Then I go for my outseam. And for my outseam, I should aim for my measurement, which was 39.6. I start from front. Here, I make sure I'm passing this point. Put a bit of curve here. But don't worry about the amount of curve, we will fix it later. And I just aim for 39.6. I double click here. Okay. Now for the back, I'm going from here. Put a bit of curve here. Better to have a anchor point here as well. Holding control. Okay, now it's better. I ended at the same level at front outseam. and double click. Now I draw my waistline slightly lower than my outseam line. You can say a quarter is good. So you draw a line here, press shift to make sure it's straight and finish it here. This is our waistline, which can be quarter to 3/8 lower than our outseam. So now for the front curve. In this method, know that center front line is 3/8 inward from this line. So I'm going to split this line at 3/8. And then with edit with polygon tool, I'm going to go from here, here, and here. Then with edit curvature tool, I'm going to curve my front. You have another tool you can use to make your curvatures more smooth. But don't scoop too much on the front curve because it will cause whiskers in your pattern. Now for the front vase, I start from here, come here, put a curvature tool here, put a, curve point here, and finish here. So this is my front baseline, but I should make sure this is meeting my spec, which is 8.25. Right now, what I have is for drawing front waistline. First, I put a intersection point here. I don't need this one, only I need that point, so I delete this point and delete this point. So here I have 3.8. I need to make a curve here to meet my spec for front waist. So here I start with internal polygon tool, put a curve point here in the middle and finish here. When I measure my waistline now, I get a 8.4, but my front waist measurement should be 8.25. So I need to reduce it to get the 8.25 measurements. Firstly, I need to join this point together with pressing shift and selecting these two lines. Join overlapping points. Now, when I also want to connect this point, it's okay. I think we can just change this part because this part will be same. Okay. Right now I have 8.4. I need to reduce it to 8.25. 1.5, I need to reduce my waistline. So I get this point, and while I'm holding control, I reduce it by 1.5. Then I can also improve my curve so that it's not going lower. I love this tool. This is better. You press on the end and beginning point, then select this line. You press on the first and beginning end point and press on the yellow line, and then change your blue line. Okay, now my waistline I think is more subtle. And the measurements is closer, I hope. 8.28. Still I can bring it in. Pressing Control and D. Pressing the point and then D Shift D. Yep, now it's closer. Now you see this part, you can curve it a little bit. In the middle I take. Yeah, this curve looks good. Now for the back. To know the center back line, now we want to draw our back rise and center back seam. In this method, the center back will cross the waistline 178 from this point. So I'm going to again split this line at 1.7, 1.8 here first, and then another point here. Back rise will also pass 3/8 from here. So I split this line as well at 3/8. And will pass 1.8 from here. Now I can draw my back rise curve, passing these points. And going above like for 1.18 to 1.25. Okay. And then I connect this point together, which is my back waist seam. I wanna a little bit improve the rise shape here with my edit curvature, a smooth curve tool, which I like more than edit curvature tool. Press on the yellow line first and then drag the blue line to have a better shape. This curve we still can check it later when we want to improve and through our seams. Center back line, know that should be straight above this hip line. So I have this line straight. And I can also remove this point, which I don't need. Oh, this point, which I don't need, but I need to make sure I am passing this line. Okay, I bring it to the right amount. Okay. The line is pretty straight. We can also fix our curves with these handles, which is pretty handy. Okay, so let's check our back waist measurements. It's 8.8. In this method, the back waist measurement should be what we calculated here plus 3/4 for the backyard. So what I have here is 7.5 plus 3/4 will be 8.25. So my back waist should be 8.25. Right now it is 8.18, 8.8. For changing that, I will first attach these two lines together by selecting them and join overlapping points. Then I choose this point, and while I'm pressing Shift and D, I bring it forward till I meet 8.25. Yeah. So you press Shift and D because you don't want to change other points or curvatures in your pattern. Now I want to fix my curve a little bit with V and in the middle. Approximately in the middle is good too. Just 18.2 is good. Yeah, I'm happy with this curve. With what we have, the next step is to trace the patterns and add the dots. Now it's the time to trace our pattern and bring it out of this rectangle. We take our trace tool, which is I, and I press Shift and select my front pieces. And then when I'm finished, right click, trace as pattern, and put it aside. I do the same thing for my back. Oh, this has a fabric. I don't want fabric yet on this, so I just put my default fabric. Okay, let's do this for the back too. The trace tool, you see the trace tool is here, but you can also choose it by pressing I. Don't forget to choose these parts as well. Then right click, trace as a pattern. So this is my back. Now I can archive my initial rectangle so that I don't see it anymore. Now I want to clean up my front and back. Firstly, I see my curve on the back is a bit outward. It should be actually a bit inward. So I'm going to fix it with my smooth curvature tool from here to here. Oh, I cannot do it now. Let me, because these internal lines are have conflict. I need to first delete this line. Now I can do that. Edit curvature. Can also do it with edit curvature with tool. Yeah, this is much better. Should be a little bit inward but very subtle. Okay, it's better now. I want to clean up my internal lines. So for front, I don't need these lines. I don't need these lines. And I don't need this line. Don't need this line. We only need this central line, but we need to trim it up to pattern outline. We don't need this line. This one also we need to extend it to pattern outline. Same as these points, to pattern outline, to pattern outline. And this point I can just convert it to curve point. Okay, front looks clean. Now I want to clean up the back. Don't need this line. I don't need this line. I don't need this line. These lines from front I don't need. And I need to delete this point as well. I don't need them. Also this one. Don't need this. This one I don't need. This part I don't need. Here I see this is a bit, I want to change it to the curve point. And add a curve point here. Actually, I need the point, but I just need to be I just need to have a point there. So I want to add a point, actually, add a point. I'm trying to find out where the handles are on this point, because I want to make it a little bit smoother. Maybe I just use this point. But I need to make sure I'm passing this point. Now I can select this line and extend trim to pattern outline for this one too. Convert these to curve point. Okay. Oh, the knee line we also need to extend to pattern outline on both sides. And delete the point in the middle. Don't need that. And this point extend trim to pattern outline. Okay. Now I want to add my dart at the back. So with the edit pattern tool, I select on the waistline, right click, split it in the half because I want to add my dart in the middle. Can select 50% and here. So there is an easy way to add a dart. You just with edit pattern tool click on the point you want to add a dart and add dart by choosing right click and add dart. So the dart what we wanted to add here was 3/4 of an inch. So I add that and I choose a length of 4 inches, which I think it's good for this width. Now you see this line appears because it's going to show you how to throw your dart. For throwing your dart, you just bring this point closer to your waistline so that you fill in your waistline and press enter. Okay. Now we have our dart. Next step is throwing the pattern.